Hi, Alison Mead from Silicon Bullet today, out in the beautiful Salsey Forest. Do you know, it really feels like spring today. The birds are singing and I'm even out without a coat on and it's quite mild. So what am I going to talk about today? I think today I shall give you some basic advice about if you're starting out a business that you want to be starting out a business as a sole trader. So you've got a hobby that you're making into a business, or you've done something for somebody else and you're going to start up doing it for yourself. Now, it might well be that you have outlay at the beginning when you're setting up a business, and it's a bit of a chicken and egg situation as to when to register your business and when not to. So right now we're in March, and if you're a sole trader, you do tax returns on an annual basis, and the end of your self-assessment tax year matches your PAYE, pay-as-you-earn tax year if you've got a job, so that finishes on the 5th of April. And then you have until the 31st of July in the following year to report on your business. So I have an example at the moment of a friend who's setting up a cake business, and it's like, well, do we set up and start trading now in March, or do we wait till April to set the business up? Well, if you've got a sideline that's just not earning you a lot of money, or you've started near the end of the year, you can actually earn up to £1,000 without needing to report anything to the HMRC. So it kind of makes sense with this business. Is they're just starting in the middle of the March, had a few clients. I think I'm one of the best customers for these cakes. And you're not going to earn more than £1,000 doing this by the beginning of April. So why register now? What you do need to consider, though, is the initial outlays you've made on the business. So this business has bought equipment, mixers and cake tins and other things that are going to be used wholly and exclusively by the business. Hold on one second. Just taking the bag off my shoulder, as with my arthritis holding the phone, shoulder gets a bit tired after a while, which is why the phone sinks more and more the more the video I do. Anyway, so you have a lot of outlay. So it's all very well you not declaring because you've made £1,000. You have made less than £1,000 profit. But what if you've made a loss in those first couple of months, which is really quite likely with the outlay of starting a business? What you can do is start your business and register it from now. Put your small amount of income in, put your larger amount of expenditure through, and in this tax year you will have made a loss. Then you can carry forward that loss next year, and then hopefully next year you don't have all that initial outlay again. You're really getting going with your business, you're starting to make some money, you're making a profit, and it's tax that you pay on your profit through your self-assessment. So what you want to do is you can carry forward your losses from the previous year and bring them forward. So got to think about, it's more than just what you're earning. Think about what your business has cost you as well. You've got to be careful what you claim for your business as a sole trader. There's my best recommendation is to go to the HMRC website, look up being a sole trader and look up what expenses you can claim, because things have to be wholly and exclusively for the use of your business, and that can be a little of a rocky road, or sometimes it's opinion on what's claimable and what's not. Just make sure that anything that you put through your business, you keep the receipts for. The other question I was asked today was, do you have to keep copies of the receipts on paper, or do you have to keep them digitally? And the answer is, as long as you keep the receipts, it doesn't matter how you keep them. Daisy, come here. Doesn't matter how you keep your receipts. There is no requirement to keep them digitally. You can keep them as pieces of paper and file them away, or you can keep them digital, throw away the originals, but you have to make sure that you have the reliable backup of your receipts, because if your computer went wrong, you lost your connections, you lost everything, you would still be expected to produce those receipts. So just make sure that you have good IT and seek advice on backups and keeping digital copies if you are going to destroy the originals. So that's just a couple of questions I've been asked today about setting up a new business. The other thing is, how are you going to keep your records? Because you need to keep accurate records of all your income and all your expenditure. And at the end of the tax year, you can fill in a box for your self-employment that basically says, this is how much profit I've made, or this is how much loss I've made. You don't have to put in the HMRC all the detail of what your income and expenditure is, as long as if you've just got one figure for profit or loss, make sure you've got a spreadsheet or a list somewhere or an accounts package that's got your details in. And at the moment, self-assessment tax returns do not need to be done fully digitally. So what that means is you can work out what your numbers are with paper and pen in an Excel spreadsheet, and then when you fill out your tax return on the government website at the end of the year, you can just type a figure in. There is going to come a time when that figure won't be able to be typed in manually. It'll have to be fed in digitally straight from whatever software you've used to create your figures, but right now that's not important. So if you're just starting out and you're needing to keep costs down, there is no need to spend out a monthly expenditure for an accounts package. When you do get round to it, needing one, I do recommend Xero. That works really well for a small business. It's quite cheap. There's also Sage Business Cloud as an option. If you want to chat about which is the best product for you, then do get in touch with me as well, and I can help get you started and give you some advice. So I also recommend that if you have an accountant that you can call on, especially with tax advice, if you've got properties, if you've got income coming from other means and you're wanting to make sure you do everything best to take best advantage of the tax laws, then it's always best to speak to an accountant. I am a lowly bookkeeper. I know some, I don't know all, and I would always defer to an accountant's knowledge on tax matters. I'll help you record the numbers right, and an accountant will help you with tax advice and submitting stuff to the HMRC, or whether you should be a limited company or a sole trader as well, whether you should be VAT registered or not. I've got other videos on those topics as well, so if you need some help and advice, you're just starting out with your own business for the first time, go to blog.siliconbullet.com and you can find my other bookkeeping advice blogs. You can get in touch with me through the website, and I do hand-holding and can help people and offer advice. I can supply Xero and Sage 50 and Sage Business Cloud software as well, if that's the route you decide to go on, or help you make the choice about what's needed. So do get in touch for any help and support. Please follow this YouTube video for more bookkeeping tips, and I will speak to you soon. Bye.